Masterpiece by Sheila E. and Prince back in '86. Prince. Guitar, Sheila E. on drums. So anyway, I just wanted to spell real quick a couple of rumors. This whole Illuminati thing that I keep seeing on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Oh, I'm so out. The Illuminati killed Prince. The Illuminati killed Prince. So I'm going to share with you guys for just a moment. And I got proof of who killed Prince. And it's right out the horse's mouth. So if you look at the songs, Let's Go Crazy. If you look at his song Little Pill, Dream Factory. If you look at Crystal Ball. If you look at the song Superfunkalifragilistic. If you look at the Anesthesia. He says it in his songs. If you look at the sleeve of Emancipation album, he says addictions are many in that sleeve. Okay. So let's start with Let's Go Crazy. He says, of course, he's referring to pills. Doctor, everything will make everything all right. Will make everything go wrong. Pills and thrills and daffodils will kill. Hang on, tough children. Okay, he mentions pills in that song. He has a song called My Little Pill. He says, all my cares and troubles die right off my windowsill every time I pop my little pill. A pixie does my laundry and the universe my will. All my cares and troubles die right off my windowsill every time I pop my little pill. He says it in the song Dream Factory. Everybody wants to blame somebody else for one's own woes or one's own troubles. We tend to look at people like they're gods or something, and Prince did this to himself. It's written in his lyrics. If you follow his career, if you follow the man, you always knew or heard of him having problems back and forth with pills and drugs. In 1996, he was taken to the hospital in Minneapolis. He was having chest pains, and it was rumored it was over pills. Okay? So quit always trying to put the Illuminati in. Quit watching so much TV, Walking Dead. I think people just watch too much, horrors. What's that? American Horror Story. Y'all watch too much TV. And people are people. Okay, people are human, and we tend to want to blame other people again for what essentially people do to themselves. All right, look at the song Dream Factory. He says, in the song Dream Factory, he says, party all night, hanging out in the streets more than I be at home. I take a pill to wipe away my doubts, but a pill can't cure me from being alone. Vodka 7 straight to my brain, put me under false impressions to hide all my pain. Somebody help me, I'm losing control. This is what it feels like in the Dream Factory. Oh. Then if you go down further in the same song on Dream Factory, he says, do you want a party? Do you want a pill? How about a false impression? Then he goes to that whole spill, thrills, spills, chills, just like he did on Let's Go Crazy. That whole pill thing. Okay, Superfunkalifragilistic. If you do too much, your skin will be sensitive to the touch. The first person that touches you, do you want to fuck? Everybody knows that when you do X, if you do too much, the skin will be sensitive to the touch. The first person that touches you, you want to fuck. Celebrities was doing ecstasy way before, back in the day before it became mainstream, okay? Let me let you know that. They were doing E in 89, 88, all right? I went to Paisley Park back in '06. Never forget, I drove up there and was having fun kicking it. I said, hey, while I'm up here, let me go to Paisley Park. I'll never forget, I thought a bodyguard, somebody at the place was going to kick me out. Once I got there, I thought, staff was going to meet me and say, can I help you? I thought I was going to get turned around at the door. I go all the way in. I'll never forget, it was an old beat-up like Cherokee parked on the side. There was no cars in the front. So I went on the side entrance and walked through. I see all these plaques and there's platinum plaques on the walls. And I was like, oh my God, I was walking. I had a camcorder and I'm walking through. And as I go through the right, I see that big lobby opens up, and then you see his eyes, and the statue in the middle was kind of coming. I was going, oh my God, and the whole time I'm recording it. And at this point, I realized, it's like, Gary Brandy, you all the way up inside Paisley Park. And again, I'm expecting somebody to kick me out. Or somebody in the lobby to come say, what are you doing? So as I'm walking, I'm going further inside. It's like 2, 3 doors. And as going to the third door, I'm recording, and then I'm looking inside the video. I see somebody look up, and he looks up at me, and it's Prince. He's in all black. And I'm just going, oh my God. And he's like, first and foremost, put the camera down. And he was just so shocked. He's like, you're in my house. Dude, he just kept saying, you're in my house. He's like, you in my house. He couldn't believe it. He had a real bad limp. We walked away. He was talking. He escorted me to the door, basically. And you can tell he was pissed that I walked in Paisley Park. And make a long story short, I'll never forget walking to the door, man. I just kept staring at him like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And at that very moment, I just realized I was talking to this weird black guy, this black weird musical scientist. It was like this black weird musical scientist, and I was inside his dome. I was inside of his castle, and I was like in ground zero, and I was like, he just seemed like this, because he's a man. He's like everybody else. I followed him all my life. But at that very moment, I got it. I was like, oh, because he was by himself. He was all black, and I'm like, oh my God, and he had his full makeup on. And at the time in '07, he had his bob still. And anyway, I just remember saying, oh my, he was pissed at me, and I said, oh my God. He reminded me. I said, this black weird musical scientist that lives in Minneapolis. Long story short, ain't no Illuminati, man. Go back to those songs. Let's Go Crazy, Little Pill, Dream Factory. The list goes on. Go back to that stuff, man. The man says it. He had an addiction that he couldn't overcome. He did pills. And we like to blame other people and put the Illuminati on each and every little facet of life. It's never that serious. We like to look too deep or as I said, you digging too deep when the answer lies right below the surface. Who Killed Prince is writing his lyrics. He tells you. Anybody that follows an artist know that they always telling themselves through their lyrics. Prince says it in many interviews. Listen to my lyrics. It's all about the music. It's all about the music. The man did it to himself, man. It is what it is. It's life, Sheila E. said it best. His body, over those years, jumping off those rigs, doing those splits, and those high heels tore him up. And he got addicted to those pills. He became hard-headed. He didn't want to do that surgery at first because he was Jehovah's Witness. He didn't want to do that blood transfusion. And so, let's enjoy his music, man. R.I.P. Prince. Love you.